Right. So we looked at converting gravitational energy into kinetic energy. We're now going to imagine a situation when elastic energy is converted into kinetic energy. So maybe we have, let's imagine a steel ball in a pinball machine, and it's been compressed all the way down. The spring would rather be at this extension over here. If I allow the spring to go to its natural length, it would be over here. So it's being squashed by that amount. Now this works in exactly the same way as the extension. So the elastic energy stored in the spring is going to be worked in. So this value here would still be E, like extension, but it's just obviously compressed instead of stretched. So I can work out the elastic energy by half times the spring constant multiplied by the extension squared. When I release whatever it is that's holding the spring back, then the spring is going to stretch out and fire the ball with a certain speed. So we're going to convert that into kinetic energy. So now, just like before, we cancelled out one thing. This time, all we can cancel out is this half. So we can rewrite this as the spring constant multiplied by the extension is equal to the mass multiplied by the velocity squared. We can then divide both sides by m. So m would end up being down here. And then we can square root both sides like that. And that would be the velocity. Now you could change that if you like, because we got e squared inside the square root. We could, if we wanted to, take e outside and get rid of the square root like that. Some people you might, in fact, if you see the equation written down or some sort of rearranging it, you could end up seeing it like this. But that's how you do it in terms of algebra and to rearrange it. So they could do that to you. They could even really mess things up and say it loses 30% of the energy due to heat. And if it did that, then you would have to say that the kinetic energy is going to equal to 0.3 times the elastic energy. So these are the kind of things that they could do, but almost always it's always going to be converting gravitational energy into kinetic energy or kinetic energy into gravitational energy.